that Barcelona cannot be messing about, cannot underestimate the PUCELA. As poor as they have been of late, it's a team battling against relegation, but is this going to be a big banana slide for Barcelona? They will come in with the right attitude, Phil, knowing that the Clásico is right around the corner. 2 weeks' time, the classic of classics here on beIN Sport and around the world, where the Martians will be tuning in to watch that game. It'll be pretty meaningless if they don't take care of business here today, and Barcelona know that full well, so it'll be all business, and let's see if it produces the goods. It's never that easy, even against a team, as I said, that are struggling in 18th position with only 23 points.
Xavi rolling it out wide. Eventually back it comes to Gerard Piqué. Over to Javier Mascherano and quickly forward to Fabregas. Busquets and Guerra collide. A little miscommunication, but Dani Alves back in time.
It's a competitive side, as I said. Well, this team in those wonderful striped shirts, they are not winning many games. But they are really battling right to the last wire, and they haven't been beaten in the last 2 games, 2 draws against Levante and Malaga. And Atletico Madrid took them to task with a 3-0 winning at Madrid. 2 ties before that as well against Getafe and Elche. So their draws have come against the lesser lights of La Liga. They haven't been able to get past the winning post. But look at this crowd turning out in full support. The results don't matter when Barcelona come to town.
You see, Valladolid, the home side, actually is pushing some numbers forward. That does make them a bit more vulnerable, but 5 in the back sometimes can turn to 3, so Barcelona needs to be aware, especially on the flanks. There's a good look at Juan Ignacio Martinez. Never seems to have an easy job. Of course, in some ways, you could say Gerardo Martino's might be more difficult. All he has to do is keep up with a Barcelona reputation that will be legendary when all is said and done.
There's talk about Tata being replaced no matter what at the end of this season, but it's all gossip and chit-chat amongst the Spanish press, and we'll see how it all works out. He's not coming out with any emphatic statements one way or another, and he said himself he's going to consider all of his options at the end of the year and see if he wants to remain as the Barcelona boss. It's different when you're not Catalan and you come into this job, but the Argentina man's done a tremendous job in his own way of fitting in. So many of the big new players coming in and struggling with injuries, and of course the big news this week in Barcelona is the sad news of Carles Puyol, the iconic captain and leader of this team, going to hang his boots up perhaps, or he'll not be at Barcelona next season, he's stated. So that's truly sad news.
Now in the midfield, stepping in Rossi, but it's won back by Busquets, and Xavi rolls it far side. Xavi Hernandez this past week also showing his appreciation for the man who has been at his side. It's kind of interesting as well the way that they did it. Those two have played together for over 20 years.
Yeah, right, Phil. And it's one of those situations where we've been watching Barcelona over the years and commentating on their wonderful games and fabulous teams. He's always been there. Carles has always been there, and it's going to be strange him not being there. And Xavi is at the plateau of his career, and Iniesta starting to push the 30 mark as well. So a little bit of a rebuild going to be required over the next few years. Look,
strong performance in the center circle, but Barcelona back quickly, stepping up. Mascherano deflects to Rukavina, the former 1860 man, to the middle.
Good ball.
Caressed inside. Valiente, a chance
Nicely.
now for Guerra, left foot, but it's straight to Valdez.
Good play between Manuccio and Golan, finding Guerra. He's an ex-Valencia reserve. He's actually got a pre-contract, evidently, signing with Cardiff City of the EPL.
Of course, if they go down, you wonder if he'd go over.
I'm not so sure. Cardiff side's a good side, but struggling with the new manager as well. But they look the type of team that'll bounce straight back up. So is Javi Guerra probably going to go there. 31-year-old now, Phil.
Messi.
Good ball.
Not well, said Martino. Of course, when you're vomiting on the pitch, I think that's a pretty good sign that something might be wrong.
Yeah, a lovely little touch by Manuccio, leading the player. It's one of those chances against Barcelona you got to take. He hits the target all right, but it's a shot that's as dangerous as Tweety Bird.
Getting back to Messi, the thing that jumps out is the fact that Martino said that Messi has been a bit under the weather for a while. And they've even seen it on the practice grounds, but he's still out there playing, and he's still working his magic.
Absolutely is. A couple of up chucks. Big deal. He'll be fine. Messi saying it's nothing too unusual. Speaking personally, I used to do it regular in my playing days. Nerves as much as anything sometimes. Just go light with the pre-game meal. No salmon.
Not sure if Messi's nervous. I'm a little bit surprised the other team doesn't do it in unison. Manuccio waving to the linesman saying no, 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 but the linesman with the last word.
I think there's a professional football player that can call himself a professional player. It doesn't have nerves, Phil, no matter who. Without them nerves, you're not going to be as sharp. And of course they wear that nervous pressure and tension differently. Certainly Messi does.
I've heard some professionals say that when you stop feeling the nerves, it's time to retire.
Right.
Ball inside. Manuccio trying to settle or perhaps guide the ball back to Rossi.
Good pressure again from the PUCELA, right on top of Neymar and Fabregas a couple of times earlier. They're coming to play here today. The crowd like what they see. Good pressure, pushing on. One or two spare opportunities for Juan's men. And Barcelona taking their time, getting into their syncopated rhythm. Crowd sensing it.
Ball forward, a chance for Manuccio, but there's Mascherano.
Good leggy, strong player, isn't he?
Well, he said that he would score more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo, but I don't think he gave himself a time frame. He is talented, though. Maybe getting a chance here today. Alves walking away in disgust at the call as Javi Guerra takes a tumble. This will be a free kick. Good 40 yards out as the PUCELA.
Oh, good position this one, Phil. Beautiful placement here for a free kick that the lads rehearse over and over till the moon goes to bed. If he can drop it in between the goalkeeper in his back line and allow these big crashing rocks to flood in on it, anything could happen. And this is where Barcelona show their Achilles heel.
This will swing in towards Valdez, carrying to the back post for Valiente.
Absolutely going to drive Juan Ignacio Martinez up the wall here.
Well, Adriano let him off the hook, though.
The ball is a poor pass, and you've got to be looking at the goalkeeper for not calling off the defender, for not allowing that one to run out for a goal kick.
Fausto Rossi, 23-year-old, showing a lot of promise on loan from Juve. This one, again.
Man alive, I don't know about them rehearsing till the moon goes to sleep. I don't know if they've been showing up for the rehearsals.
It was a beautiful pass.
Oh, look out!
Unfortunately, Valladolid sending Messi off to the races and slapped above the bar by Mourinho.
One end of the field to the other. From a dangerous, supposed set piece to the wizard who dances and falls up space in front of him. Beautiful, but cannot angle his final crack at goal away from the keeper.
Blasted by Adriano, but it trickles just wide.
Two horrific set pieces by Valladolid, and no excuses for them.
Well, they did create a goal-scoring chance on the second. The problem was it was the other direction.
A hopping ball, and Leo just can't get his angle down, traveling at warp speed, and cannot quite adjust that Stradivarius of a left foot.
Of course, Lionel Messi drawing ever closer to pretty much every Barcelona record around. Deflected to the near side. Adriano under pressure. You can see the shadow from the Nuevo José Zorrilla stand just building onto the pitch. Piqué to Alves. Xavi to Alves. Back to Piqué. Trying to find a gap in the pressure. Messi already the top scorer in league for Barcelona, but catching up to way back in the old time. Paulino Alcantara slipping his Neymar. Loose ball at the top of the box and out of danger. Paulino scoring 369 goals back in the days where the friendlies were more evident than the league games. Lionel Messi just 2 behind. Also catching up to Telmo Zarra and Hugo Sanchez when it comes to La Liga scoring. The amazing thing is still just 26. He'll need record books of his own. Piqué to Xavi. Messi again, surrounded by a triangle. Fabregas spins to the inside, trying to keep up was Jesus Rueda. Far for Pedro. Cuts back to his left. Chip looking for Neymar, but shy. Busquets to Adriano. Now to the Brazilian. Pass. Sneaks it forward for Fabregas. Cross to the middle, but deflected. Top of the box, Messi. Now Xavi. Busquets cut it too fine. And the pass intercepted by Piqué. The big dog looking to hunt. Cesc Fabregas for Neymar. Maybe hoping for a corner, but still Barca ball. Fabregas got past 2, but not the third. Manucho and Piqué play on. A bump on the far side as Berdic pushing in.
There's questions here. Manucho looked as if he was getting held a little bit by Piqué on that initial ball into him. Right here, nothing there. I think it was occurring right before the ball got to Piqué.
Neymar shields the ball free, but it just trickles away.
Neymar, of course, razzle-dazzle for Brazil in their friendly last week. Absolutely imperious he was, representing the Canarino. Lovely dress rehearsal ahead of their big dance in Rio.
Also making millions of friends around South Africa. Security coming after, what was it, a little 7-year-old boy who came onto the pitch, and Neymar said, "Here, let me introduce you to my friends." Fabregas could not contain. Rossi forward again, but it's Barcelona ball. Neymar off balance. Rukavina into the 18. Get up, but cut away by Piqué. A corner for Valladolid, though.
Good little lob ball from Rukavina into space, turning the Barcelona defense around nicely. And Guerra has Manucho running square to him, wide open in front of Valdez's net. Had he been able to find him? Little breeze going down the field in favor of Valladolid behind their back.
Rossi driven inside, but over the head of his target, cleared to midfield. Misreading it was Rukavina. And a beautiful step in at the last moment, Rueda. Rossi into the box for Manucho, and Valdez plucks it away.
Pedro, a little unfortunate with his final touch there. He got beautiful control of it and had the ball within his compass as he started to streak away from Valladolid's midfield, and just as he was heading towards the last defender, Rueda, his final touch just a little too heavy.
Adriano back to Mascherano, looking long, but it will carry too far. Xavi Hernandez saying, let's put some pressure on. By the way, getting back to Puyol's retirement, both he and Xavi scoring in the last game. I mentioned they've been playing together for over 2 decades. That's the first time they have both scored in the same match, from Barcelona, the juniors, even to the national team. So I guess that's why Puyol said might be time to call it quits. Nice spin on the far side. Bergdic into the middle, but intercepted before it gets to Guerra.
Yep, under the bright light of the sun. Upset is in the air. Lively, bouncy pitch. Barcelona superstars coming back from their exhibition games around the world, looking not too carpet tack sharp, Phil. And Valladolid creating some good opportunities for themselves in front of this partisan crowd, but not taking them.
Trying to flip it on. Neymar back to play some defense. Valiente against his old side. Strong challenge. Edge of the 18, shot deflects for Guerra. Off balance, still loose, and buried.
There you go. There's your shot begging to happen, and it started. 16 minutes in.
It's Rossi.
A big smile from Martinez's man. You could smell it coming like a bad kipper. This one was out there, and it was as clear as a nose on Barbara Streisand's face, and Victor knew it. They're off colour here today, and the PUCELA are bright and lethal in the end. Get a little bit fortunate here. The first one cannons around, snap, crackle, pop, but it is buried fully well from Rossi on loan from Juve. He has given the PUCELA a glimpse of being a hero for the day.
His first goal since making the move to Valladolid. He's normally been the provider. Today, he culminates. And Ray, you said fortunate, but fortune favors the brave. They got off 3 shots, and the third one sneaks past Valdez. So now, what say Barca?
Well, it didn't sneak past him, Phil. It absolutely blew past him. And Victor Valdez, with daggers in his eyes, looking at his midfield and his defense.
Play on.
He had no chance with the strike, that's for damn sure. But this one was certainly hanging around like a big werewolf. Something about them playing in the afternoon after an international game that does not suit Barcelona. You could tell in the body language, I was indicating it well ahead of that goal. So it's no surprise, really. And what response now from Barca? These are 3 huge points that they are seeing slipping away, even though it's only 20 minutes in. They'll need a big response. Crowd sensing it. This is our afternoon.
Zakaria Bergdic on the far side. 25-year-old French-born Moroccan. He's been active so far today. Mentioned 5 in the back. It really puts a lot of pressure on Manucho and Guerra to put pressure on, and then that second line of attack closing in, and Rossi culminating it with the first goal of the match. 20th minute, chipping it forward, but over everyone. Messi playing for the rebound. Well handled. Manucho in the center circle. But the second touch slips away. Where you talked about how vital this is. Well, at the start of the day, this is the first match of the day. Real Madrid with a 1-point edge over Barca and 3 points better than Atletico Madrid.
Good ball.
Neymar inside the 18, but it will be called back for offside.
Well, if it is offside, and the camera will show us, it's lazy leading of the line by Neymar. You take a look, it's very, very close.
Looked like
I'm
away,
not
though.
so sure that it was offside at all, and that's a rash flag, but you can understand it. The defence moving one way, and then slippery Neymar running the other in a twinkle of an eye, but it looked in the freeze frame that he was on.
Well, Juan Yuste, the only official here today who is a FIFA ref. Alejandro Hernandez out of the Canary Islands at 31, one of the youngest La Liga refs, and Manuel Aboy also the assistant on the far side, not very experienced.
Two poor balls there. First one from Busquets, and then bad miscontrol by Messi of all people.
Deflected, but straight to Valdez.
Messi actually, his body language cursing the ground. You don't often see that from Leo either. Another poor touch from the maestro.
Bringing it down, Rossi, the goal scorer, over the referee. And quick movement from Valladolid. They're starting to feel more comfortable.
Have been comfortable, more comfortable than an old man wearing a pair of slippers, Phil, right from the get-go. They come here, they just enjoy themselves and playing lovely attacking football. They're not bunkering in, they're enjoying the afternoon, and as I said, wishing and hoping and believing that for one day they could be the heroes that upset his championship plans.
Just for one day. It wasn't that long ago, a few years back. It was in 2010, final day of the season. Valladolid coming in, Javier Clemente, the boss, they needed to get a win against Barcelona to stay up. The problem was Barcelona needed the win to win the title.
Yeah.
Let's just say Barcelona got it done and Valladolid went down. So maybe a chance for a bit of delayed payback.
Well, Barcelona's won more games at Valladolid than any other side in La Liga history. So I've got that in their favour, but that means nada. That's nothing in Spanish.
Like a native. Look how deep Messi has to come to get the ball right in front of the back four. Now for Busquets. Mentioned Atletico.
Ball again from Buzi.
Touched into the middle and a chance. Manucho spots the run, but then takes it off the fire. Angolan looking for tricky when safe might have done. Atletico Madrid at Celta de Vigo and Real Madrid Levante, those are the other two huge matches. Gifted in the back line by Valiente. Down on the ground goes Alves. Play on. Midway through.
And this playing surface certainly not suiting Barcelona at all. It's lively, it's a hard ground, and I'll guarantee you Juan Ignacio Martinez has said to his ground staff, we do not want this field rolling. Now at that level this looks like a billiard pitch, but when you see the players actually running with the ball at their feet, it's bouncy, and that's not making many excuses for Barcelona's miscontrolled and mispassing, but it is a factor, and it's suiting Valladolid. It's the same for both teams in many regards, but he can sense his team certainly off colour and needs to buck up their ideas. Attitude first.
Xavi Hernandez back for Mascherano, across for Piqué. Looking long. That's been part of the Martino change. Not that they do it all the time, but just a little different spice to add to the mix. Problem is, it hasn't always worked. Piqué, a la Rafa Marquez back in the days of Ronaldinho, but a poor touch.
Again. It's not as much as a poor touch, it's a miscontrol, and there's certainly a set of circumstances in opening 25 minutes now. Unsettled Barcelona, unsure in every department. It's not just the back line here today that's got questions about them. This midfield is not looking together, looking sparse in control. The forwards have had not really a hell of a lot to feast on. And whenever the ball's being played into the big guys up front, Neymar, Messi and Pedro, say big in talent, the ball's being just bouncing off of them. Altogether, just a bad set of circumstances. When they are good, they are unstoppable, Barcelona. But on nights, days like this, there's been too many of them this season by a lot of people's accounts. Just that sharpness not there. It's evident again here today.
Well, for Valladolid, though, they cannot let the chances slip away. Saw it in the last game. Barcelona, Ray, somewhat deceptively victorious. Piqué with the gutsy effort.
Well, the class came out in the end. The cream does rise to the top, but here, Valladolid's knocking at the door again.
Rossi kicking it forward, cleared by Piqué.
Ray, everything in their, excuse me, Phil, everything in their favour here now. The crowd's behind them. The afternoon is hot. They're up against a jaded-looking Barcelona team. They've got the goal, the second one. Well, let's see the molten start to come out of the volcano for sure.
A couple of rounds ago, they fell in Donosti against Sociedad. We mentioned that 4-1 win last time at Camp Nou against Almeria, but Ray, that was a battle that was really up for the taking until the final 20 minutes. Strong challenge. Rossi a bit too strong. Neymar knocks to the ground. And now looks like it's a second warning in regards to the restart. That could be a delay of game call.
Oh,
two touches.
It's a live ball.
He kicked it, then kicked it again.
Pass it to yourself from a free kick.
Nice from Bergdic, but he takes a tumble.
Good turn.
Get it to the inside.
Oh, that's a foul.
And he's hit from behind at the top of the box.
Absolutely a foul. And Fabregas takes one for the team here. Wonderful spin away from Javi. He evades the first challenge beautifully, and then Fabregas identifies this. He's going to pull the trigger here, and then reaches in. He spins away from Mascherano. It's a decent attempt by Cesc to get the ball. Maybe he gets the ball simultaneously, but he certainly clips a player right in front of the referee. And here we go. This is very obviously wicked danger coming his way here now.
A few injuries facing the defending champions. Martinez had to realize Valladolid up against the wall, but right now they're the ones that are putting the firing squad towards Barcelona. Rossi from about 24. Dead center. Hard for a goalkeeper to lean one way or the other. If you can pick your corner, he'll be picking it out of the net. Cheating a little to his right is Valdez, lifting it up and over the bar. Barcelona dodges one there as Fabregas's tackle eludes the chance. Piqué. Had been some question with his calf injury as to whether he would play today, but Martinez calling his number. Here's Neymar.
Dani Alves on that far side being spectacularly quiet in this game, Phil.
Beautiful give and go.
He's got his hands full protecting Manucho. He's drawn his plan up very, very smartly and shrewdly. It's nothing unless the boys carry it out onto the field, and they are doing it down to the letter.
Ray, you raise a great point. Manucho curling around, looking for Messi, but poked away by Mitrovic, the newcomer out of Benfica. You can see what they've been doing with Manucho and Bergdic kind of switching. Now Alves in for Busquets. 30th minute, a quarter hour left to go in this opening half. Fabregas. Alves for Busquets. I'm sure they did look at those Almeria tapes and realize that the underdogs let the points slip away. Can't afford the same mistakes. Neymar.
Well, the popping ball again. Take a look. This is a goal. Wonderful ricochets. It's all, as I said, snap, crackle, pop. It falls beautifully and invitingly for Rossi. And he gets his big Bertha out in slingshots at home. Good numbers inside of the box. You talk about fortune favouring the brave, Phil, and that's what brave players do. Keep on believing, getting into those spare holes in the box, and if it does fall, well, they'll be rewarded. It was for Rossi.
Headed away, Messi trying to find Pedro. Of course, Pedro scoring midweek for Spain. Xavi to Fabregas. Outside of the boot. Now it's Adriano with Neymar on the inside, scooping it inside the 18 but cleared. Neymar dummies it through. Messi tries to get around Mitrovic and takes a hip check for his effort.
The big ball comes into Messi, and Messi allows the ball to run past him, and Mitrovic here steps in to get the ball. The ball eludes him. Messi ushers it by him beautifully, and big Stefan Mitrovic, Yugoslavian born, here on loan from Benfica. Good player, strong, no way through for Leo. And maybe here he's been absolutely William Tell accurate with most of his free kicks of late. And Diego Marino, Spanish Youth International, knows it. Big wall to get past.
It's Xavi with the right foot. That would normally be the man taking it, but it is Lionel Messi's ball, looking straight down the middle, and Marinho stands firm.
Great wall, did its job, forces him to go to the side of it, and it's directly into the hands of Marino.
Collision with Mascherano. Once again, putting his head in where others fear to tread. Piqué tracking back. In for Busquets. Had to put some weight on it to get it through the midfield, but too much. Nice little shake and bake by Pedro. Alves in support. Xavi from Messi tried to caress it through, deflected by Rueda. One back Berdic. Manucho into space, but the angles were off. The gears churning, but not sure if an answer is coming yet from Martino. Halftime approaching, and it looks like there should be some changes.
Well, the gear wheels are turning, Phil, but they're not catching on the cogs, are they, for this Barcelona side here today? Still working to get the basic play going. You look at that far side, Bergdic doing a great job with Dani Alves. That flank is shut down like the vaulted Fort Knox, and Danny is having a very difficult time evading. And on this side, Neymar kept in check. Messi's been starved of service. Pedro hasn't had his space to run at the defenders, And it's all because of this Valladolid side. I mean, sometimes you have to tip the cap to them. Look at this again. They're right on top of them, making them uncomfortable under this hot sun here today. And it seems to be wilting Barca.
Nice.
34 minutes in, Phil. Barcelona looking inept.
Quick restart. Messi controls top of the 18. The shot smothered by Marinho, but what a build-up by Barca.
What a build-up by Messi. It's all Leo. Beautiful grace under pressure. Tremendous control on the run, but cannot find the angle to take it past Marino.
Neymar fights and keeps it free.
It's a good ball.
In for Fabregas. Has a go himself, and again, all roads lead to the Valladolid keeper.
With shooting like that, he's not going to have any problem. It's directly at him. Doesn't have to do any adjusting of his feet. Good, positive, powerful spank by Cesc, but goalkeeper assured. Good positioning off of his lane and narrowing the angle, and nothing.
Hernandez again into the final 10 minutes of the opening half. Fabregas is touched back, intercepted by Bergdic. The ex-Alfortville man, now for Manucho. Rossi, the goal scorer. Rukavina burning down the line. Can he get to the inside? Just running out of space.
Good protection. He's running in against Mascherano as well. And as you said, Phil, the lack of real space and then the proximity of Mascherano doing a great insurance job. Puyol style, coming across and just finally closing the window.
Offside the call. Pedro stuck a boot out. It will go in, but it's going to be waved off.
Now, first time they've been able to find the right pass with the right touch. It's a beautiful ball from Fabregas, leads him. It's very, very close, isn't it?
This one may be a hair on the correct side, although earlier the assistant snagged Neymar on one that wasn't.
Look at the ball again. It's not settling quite nice enough for him to pick his spot and curl it with the inside of his foot like he usually likes. It's a hopping ball, so he comes through on the half volley.
Neymar putting his body in the way. Not sure what that's going to be. Maybe they're going to say holding one of the defenders.
It's a handball, I think, Phil, that is being called, and Neymar saying that the ball strikes him accidentally. Right here, there's a ricochet off. It's very, very difficult to call that a handball, but you see the ball actually strike his arm when it's away from him, but certainly no intention there.
Let's just say it was a good gamble.
I'm not so sure that he knew anything about it. I think the ball just struck him as it ricocheted between the two players, but referee calling it quickly.
Mascherano over to Fabregas. There were some interesting reports talking about this Barcelona side and comparing it a bit to what has turned to be a downfall of Manchester United and AC Milan. Messi sliding through Alvaro, basically saying that sooner or later those eras of domination end. Of course, the one thing is Barcelona has brought in new blood, but others may be just getting used to them. Into the center, Neymar. Xavi has to lunge to keep it alive. Adriano, 3 in the box for Barca. Now Adriano scooped to the back post, but too far.
Again, sometimes these effects run throughout a team and it starts to affect everybody. Even the wonderful Adriano, who's absolutely usually pinpoint accurate with his delivery. Again, nowhere close. Not a whole hell of a lot you can do in that technical area when you're having days like this, because it looks as if Barcelona's playing with the boots on the wrong feet here today.
Now a chance, Manucho, but the header just too close to Valdez. Well, Ray, you look at the bench. Teo, not the Teo from last year. Sergio Roberto, maybe not quite the Sergio Roberto of next year. Affolai just coming back from injury. Really, Alexis, the only proven joker in the deck right now. It's a good one, but it's one.
It's not the bench that anybody's thinking about right now, Phil. It's these players out on the field that have just got to start to get their boots on the right feet and start finding each other for Barcelona, and it's coming none too easy again. It's very stark, and these PUCELA fans with this bright sun beating down see that it's having an effect, and Juan's asking that sun to be turned up if possible.
Well, the one thing for Valladolid's perspective, they have to realize it's been a quarter century since the last time Barcelona walked away from Valladolid without scoring at least one goal.
Yeah.
So one might not be enough for all 3 points. And again, for
road travels though, Phil, for this Barcelona side. Only won 1 in the last 4 away league games in 2014. It's following them around.
Now Xavi got away before Guerra got there. Pedro pressured wide by his ex-mate Carlos Peña, and Pedro obviously of a different mind.
The strange part about it is that you look at the performance they put together against Manchester City, and you talk about being diametrically opposite in every shape, way and form to what we've seen them performing lately away in La Liga. A completely different complexion, but plenty of time left, but still.
Guerra with the block with his hand, similar to Neymar on the other. Ray, let me ask you, because you raise a great point. You normally think of exception that proves the rule the other way, but was that Manchester City game the exception that proves the regular Barcelona is what we've been seeing?
You said it the other week, Phil. There was a fear factor in Barcelona, I feel, going into that game at Manchester City, where everybody was lauding Pellegrini's men, and rightfully so. And Barcelona, the mental attitude in that game was absolutely perfect, nothing less, and every player played up to their 10 out of 10 marks. And these other games that they've come back since then, they've been playing against opposition that have been able to pull them down to their level in many ways, and certainly the attitude of Barcelona has not been good.
Piqué getting caught up field. Berdic couldn't get there. Now we might have a second chance, now a third chance, but Piqué back in time. Near side, Manucho needs to be a bit quicker. That's a good touch.
Quick as
Rossi.
they can, man. This team, look at this. It's taking frantic defending from Barcelona, and then they're not able to knit it together. There's a big job to be done in this Barcelona locker room at this half-time point. And here's Danny.
Out wide, 2 men in the middle, but one is Messi. It won't reach him because Rueda got there. Cleared away by Alvaro. Now Berdic.
This midfield's been wonderful. Berdic, Rubio, Valiente, first to everything, and then the defending that they're doing when Barcelona get the ball, along with Rossi. It's been it's marvelous, wonderful to watch this underdog with teeth the size of a walrus here today.
The lead starting the day in the relegation zone, but obviously showing why you don't want to face teams that are facing relegation. Italiano. 2 men over now.
The defending.
Messi flips. Edge of the 18. Adriano now facing 3. Busquets a bit casual.
A bit off all game long. Sergi is world class as he is in the midfield for Spain, and Barcelona is having a decidedly off day.
Swinging it over Alves, hangs for Berdic, poked away. They'll settle for the corner.
Wonderful industry from this young man. Been singing the praises of him, and rightfully so. Wonderful Moroccan international, 25-year-old, full of fizz, and this is his night to test himself against a player that the world knows and is looking at to be playing for Brazil. And the wonderful Dani Alves, but Yes, Bergdich doing a splendid job.
From the corner, in at the 6, cleared Xavi back on defense. This is a side that has found a way to score goals, at least by non-Barcelona measures. They're right in the mid-table, and at home defensively, they've been impressive. Top 7 team. Into added time. Not quite where PK wanted it, but Valladolid won't get a chance to add. It's 1-0 on the goal from Rossi. Barcelona trailing at the break.
Valladolid lost the last 8 La Liga meetings with Barcelona and have been conceding 3.5 goals a game. Not here today. Right from the get-go. Brave PUCELA. Absolutely applauded off this field. Can they keep it up against the champions of Spain? Barcelona on the hook